Julie.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks so much for being here today, and thanks as always for your hard work. My first question is focused on data, and I think it's directed mostly to employment and social development and CRA officials. So I know that we put in the programs at historic speeds, which is really wonderful and great because we needed to get money as quickly as possible to as many people in need as possible. But I want to know, are we trying to collect as much data as we can in a disaggregated manner that will allow us to have a good understanding on who the programs are helping and who is, and the impact of our programs?
Who wants to take that?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Sure. Cliff Groen from Employment and Social Development. So thank you very much for the question. And certainly we did implement the program very, very quickly. I can speak specifically for the Canada Emergency Response Benefit. So there are limitations related to the amount of data that is being collected as a result. However, there is actually a wealth of statistical analysis that we can do. So we are really trying to do that analysis related to who the benefit is impacting most and how we are able to, and so what are the sectors that are being most impacted, either positively through coverage and different elements. Because we did implement it very quickly, the readiness of those results are a little bit longer than what we would normally see, but there is opportunities for us leveraging the data that we're collecting, as well as further analysis that we will be able to be sharing going forward. Thank you.
That's great. And is it possible, Mr. Groen, for you to share with the committee what data is being collected? Is that possible?
Certainly. There is actually an active request that we are working on, and I would expect very shortly we'd be able to share that with this committee.
Okay. That's very much appreciated. Thank you. My next question is, in our last panel, there were some comments about the loan guarantees that are given to companies through the EDC and the BDC, that there's not a lot of transparency. So there's not a lot of information that we can find in terms of beyond who's actually taking on the loan and the amount. Is there someone who could verify what information we might be collecting in terms of when these loans are provided?
Hi, this is Soren Halverson from Finance. So what I can tell you is that both programs they're run through the two Crown financial institutions under their own authorities. And so I draw a distinction between those programs and the Canada Emergency Business Account, where parliamentarians have had a little bit more of a rapid view into the deployment of the program. And the reason why in that case information has come so quickly is because it is a government program. It's directly government funded, and funding is flowing every day from the Consolidated Revenue Fund through EDC to the financial institutions, and in turn to the small businesses. And so because of those transactions, it's easy to have a very much a real-time snapshot of what's going on. With the EDC guarantee, the information has more latency in it, and I think what we're finding, and it's a challenge for the government, and it's clearly something that parliamentarians have an interest in knowing is how much of this activity is going on in real time. There's a bit of a lag in reporting coming from the financial institutions to Export Development Canada. We are having conversations. I had one today with people from financial institutions to help remedy that situation, so that we have more real-time insight into what's going on. But as with the Canada Emergency Business Account, it is one of the features of that program is that the financial institutions are on the front end. You've got 100 different institutions, and so there's a bit of a data aggregation issue. We need to work that out and clearly do better at aggregating information and reporting on it.
Last quick question, Annie. Or
Well,
Julie?
it's Julie.
Yeah.
It's Julie. So, Mr. Halverson, just to close the loop on that, if you could maybe provide to the committee as well what data we might already be receiving, it would give us a better understanding of what we're gathering at this point, and maybe we can make some future decisions as we move forward. And I do have another question, but I'll leave it for another time. Thank you, Mr. Chair.